good morning, everybody. How y'all doing on this beautiful morning? Very good, Itimeleng. Quite good, man. We are close to Batin, got to weekend. We are here. How you guys doing this morning? How has your week been? How is December? Are you ready for December? Batikala on Friday, and it's gonna last for 5 weeks. So, will you survive? Kampocho Sakamare. Morning, Papa. How are you, Miss Poto? Are you okay, Mama?
It's the sounds of Black Diamonds, Java, Memeza. Loving how on socials you just say
hello, Marty. How you doing, Marty?
Anonymous is on standby, Naked DJ's on standby, Samizi's on standby.
Just like a Moran, I do.
Pay some bills and we'll be right back.
Good to hear, Papa.
And I'm bringing you an exhilarating.
I'm alright, Marty. No complaints. If you're joining us for the first time, part of this 33 of you here, this is Makoya Rundown. We are here Monday to Friday, 20 + 10. We listen to Ask a Man. We weigh in into their issues, and we have our own segment around 11:30. We call it Talk to Me Ntwana, where you can talk to us or we can talk to each other, and the conversation gets going. Talking about things that make our lives whole, things that affect us, things that help us grow, things that make our life wholesome. So join us for that. We had an interesting topic yesterday. There was a question asked by Tiger right here, and we didn't expand a lot into that particular question, so we will be tackling that also today. And yeah, man,
So you know when that
I just saw a very interesting video on Tyrese refusing to pay 20K child maintenance after divorce.
while ranting on live.
Aye.
Like we can't hear his lies.
Aye, what up? Hello, Lekhokhonolo Mutale. How you doing, Mama?
Next time you feel like
No. How you doing, No?
And 2 sharing sides for just 219 rand. Nando's.
Yeah, good up. Tiger, are you good, buddy? Shuma. Easily. How's it, boss? You alright?
Come join us at the Cow Barn, Okamba Industrial Park. Performances by Amos.
Ponyana. I don't know,
Sinom Solo, Merida.
Good up.
And from Metro FM,
Hello, Senzo.
gates open at
Hello, Bonnie.
tickets available from
G.
persons under the age of 18.
Welcome.
Ask a man with Crucial
How you guys doing today? Ngalati. Tato Matibe. Hello.
The upcoming
We see you.
discuss content that is of a
I'm alright, little Honolo.
and are that
We live.
and do not reflect that.
Basically, he said they never spent that much when they were together, so why now?
23 minutes after 10 a.m. Samizi's here. Good morning, Samizi. Just to hear.
Thank you for the follow, G. We're in Goma.
Mic checked, naked DJ, just to hear the voice.
Tapang screen banake.
Let's go.
He's dressed like a broke
Tapang screen.
All right, Sumizi's back. All right, he's back. Ladies and
Thank you for the follow,
Anonymous
Balance.
sent to the line. Anonymous, good morning.
Dawn.
Morning.
How
Ura.
are you?
Zandi.
I'm strong. Thanks. How are you?
I
morning,
love the
Nana.
fact that you're strong. I'm strong
Morning,
because
Benny.
you're strong. But before we continue, Anonymous, let's
Lady
read the house rules
Pillow.
to you quickly. Respect is the foundation of our conversation.
you,
Maintain
Zandi.
respectful language. Refrain from any swearing or use of profanities.
Dibsa,
Our responsibility
dibsa.
is to protect your identity.
Molo,
and your
KG.
responsibility, Anonymous, is to extend the same
Goods
courtesy
in the
to protect the
house.
identity of the people or the person you'll be speaking about.
Pindile.
Anonymous, if you're in agreement with
Welcome.
these terms, please confirm by stating I agree. Do you agree?
Anonza Ula.
Yes, I agree.
You sound like you're at a shopping mall.
Thank you,
Where
Zandi.
are you, Anonymous? Are you at home?
Zanele.
No, I'm in the office.
You're in the office. Okay. Not a problem at all.
Good.
We're listening,
morning,
Anonymous.
Num. Let's hear.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
On time today.
I don't know where to start. I'll try to make it short.
Noni. Welcome,
Where do I start? I am a 26-year-old lady. I got married last year. Before my marriage, I was pregnant. My story is 3 months down the relationship, I got pregnant. After my pregnancy, the guy proposed lobola, and then we loboled after the baby was born. Immediately after the baby was born, and then after the baby was born, I was then taken to his home. All the processing of lobola was done. Everything was done.
Sure.
And then before that, he's a moody person. I understood that, you know what, this is my person. I need to understand his character. And then, but it got to a point where by now I don't know what to do anymore. He's moody. Sometimes we would fight for a simple fight, simple things, and then he would stay at home for 4 days, more than 4 days sometimes, without eating food at home. If I asked him to eat food, he would say no, he doesn't have any appetite. And then last year, December, we got married last year, December. And then earlier this year, things got worse to a point where I sometimes would stay at home without eating. We are not intimate since earlier this year.
Anonymous, when you say that you'd go days without eating what exactly? Food or something else?
Food. He not eating. Like when I offer him food, like food dijo, he would refuse to eat, or maybe say no. He would just say no. I don't have appetite.
Okay, and sexually as well, right?
And sexually.
Sure.
And then we sleep. I tried to involve his family. Alright, guys, please, I need your help. I'm facing these challenges. We are not working. This is emotionally draining me. To a point where I even asked therapy. We went for therapy for the first time, and then after our therapy, he disclosed he took loans that I'm not aware of, that I don't know of. Up to today, he didn't even tell me we later told that loan saying when I don't know.
Sure. Okay. Anonymous, what is the advice that you need this morning?
I don't know what to do. I think I've tried so many options to a point. Last time I had a conversation with him that, you know what, I think this is not working for us. What can we do? What is it that we can do? What is it that I can do more? Because I think I've been fighting for this and I'm not winning. What's wrong with you? And then he just said, you know what, I think the best option is one of us must just move out.
So, can't it be him moving out?
I told him, I can't live with the baby. That means I'll have to stay with the baby here. And then he said he doesn't have a problem. But he's still here.
And what's your financial situation?
I'm earning more than him. I bring a lot of things to the table.
Nice.
And I don't have a problem with that. And I never even had a problem with that. Supporting him, doing everything for us, I don't have a problem with that. And I never had a problem with that. He knows it.
Maybe Always had a problem with that. Kutheni,
So
guys?
Anonymous,
What's the silence? Oh,
do you think he married you just because you were pregnant?
Sometimes I feel like maybe I don't know. I feel like maybe I rushed him, or maybe he married me because I was pregnant, or maybe he felt like, you know what, this is my third baby mama. I want to make things right. I don't know. I'm the third baby mama.
So did you rush him?
No, I didn't.
So why do you feel that way?
Because of the way he behaves. He doesn't behave like he's married. He doesn't behave like we are in this together. We are doing this.
Okay, so the loan answer was a lie.
Answer, what do you mean was a lie?
Remember, you asked him, why are you moody? Why aren't you making love to me? We're not intimate. You face that way when we sleep. I face that way. And he said, yes, it's because I had taken loans, so I'm a bit stressed.
No. I asked him, what is the problem? I've been initiating even sex all this time. You would never even like initiate or do something. No. When I ask him, what is the problem? Why are you moody? Why don't you talk to me? Why don't you ask me how was work? I always ask you how was work, how are things. You don't ask me those things. And then he will just say, no, ish. He will just say, ish, yeah, ish. And then the loan issue came up after I initiated a therapy. I initiated a therapy, and at first he didn't want to go, but later on he came. We went to therapy only first 2 sessions, and then after we didn't go. And then on our therapy session, that's when he disclosed for it, and he took loans that I'm not aware of.
Okay, but at least he came.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, Anonymous, it's 10:30 now. Stay on the line for us. We'll be coming back to you very soon. Let's do the news with Khobedi.
Yeah, another moody person.
Lona, the noise maker. Bao pala baba rasam.
NBC News.
Until kita block. Block.
Our top stories at 10:30. The Richmond
Morning, guys.
District Court
Morning.
rejected the bail
We are here.
of a man accused
If you
of
just joined us,
and
Cine
the Health Department
recap.
disputed
When they
some
come back,
of the monies that
it's hot.
City Power says some
It's
of the
hot, it's
hospitals
packed.
owe it.
It's
Details
touching on what Tiger was asking yesterday. It's gonna go down. Stick around. Stick around.
Hashtag Ask the Man.
Oh, I wish Khobedi responded. Man, I wish he responded. Anyways, we move on, right? All right, so if you're joining us right now, 10:31, a bit of a summary before we continue with Anonymous. So Anonymous says things in her marriage have been tense and awkward for the last few years, and says her husband barely communicates with her and won't even eat at home. Now, Anonymous says they have also not been intimate with each other since the beginning of this year, shortly after getting married last year. And Anonymous says she's tired to, approach him about his attitude, but he's not, forthcoming with what the issue is and the issues that he has. The only thing he's mentioned is that he's stressed out by loans he's taken. Anonymous, we're on the same page.
Yes.
Okay, Mama.
So how's the relationship with his other kids and the mothers of the babies?
I'm not involved too much in the mother of the babies, but the first baby stays with the grandmother, the second one stays with the mother. But financially, he's not supporting them.
He's not supporting them financially.
Yeah.
And any reasons why he's not? Is he present though in their lives?
Yes, he is.
Okay. So when he was not supporting his other children, did you ever had a conversation with him about that?
Okay, the other baby that stays with the baby mama, I used to support him financially. Then I stopped.
Okay, that was your first mistake. Yeah, that was the first mistake. I think you allowed him to be the bad, absent father that he is, and you probably did not realize that you are also training him to be a bad person to you. Ebo? So, guys,
I totally disagree with calling it a mistake, Somis. So if tables were turned, if a man was taking care of his wife's child, who he's not the biological father of, is that a mistake? Or is it, as a partner, if you love someone, they are unable to financially take care of someone and you can step in, you do it?
Point there. You said they are unable.
Yeah.
He is able to take care of it.
No,
He's working.
he's not able. He's not
able.
Wait.
He, like financially, he's not.
Is he
He
not
working? Did you say he's working?
He's not. Yeah, he is working, but.
Exactly. That is my point. Naked. Hold on, guys. Please get me. No. Me and you are not fighting today. We are trying to find a common ground.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
My issue here is that he is working. No matter how much you earn as a parent, there's a percentage for your children. No matter how much you earn, there are people who earn 2,000 rands a month, but there's a percentage that goes to, because the priorities are in order. So if he was unemployed, I would get it why she should, or she could, or she would support the other children. But for her to support the other children, because he does not want to. He's like, that's his child. So that's where I said the mistake was that he enabled him to be a bad father to his children because he's not contributing anything, but he's able to. That is my issue.
Are you hearing him?
One turn naked.
Look, I get you, but
don't disagree for the sake of disagreeing.
No, but Somizi, the thing is, I think that this is a story for another day where we get into the financials and whatever, and we do not have time for that. But if two people agree that, look, your money doesn't go a long way, I do not mind doing this for you because you're my partner, I have absolutely no problem with that. Anonymous did something from the goodness of her heart for her partner. Men do it all the time.
Okay.
Anonymous, because Anonymous is financially more stable or more powerful than the guy, why shouldn't it happen? And she did that. I don't think it's a mistake. The only problem here is that Anonymous is distant. I don't want to get into the kids and financials and whatever, but since she hasn't made love to her husband since the beginning of the year. And we do not know the reasons why. I'm suspecting that this guy just decided to marry Nje. It could have been the fact that she makes a lot of money. He conned her into this marriage. How do you not make love to your wife for, what month are we in?
December.
Yo, it's more than 6 months, guys. Yo.
Imagine,
right.
Sisi, how
she would know.
So, Anonymous, we can disagree to agree and agree to disagree with Naked, but I still stand by that. Your mistake was enabling him. But let's talk about your issue right now. When are we going to normalize reciprocating the energy that we get?
It's not easy.
When are we going to normalize? When are we going to stop pretending that we don't see what we see and see it for what it is? When? They didn't say action speaks louder than words for nothing. This guy has told you in so many ways how he feels about you. But when wa khotelela o tshwara thipa ka
No kotelela.
Kabucha.
Nice.
Yeah, you hold the knife by the hand.
Come on.
Shut up.
Oh, okay.
You. So Anonymous, you need to start seeing it for what it is. He does not love you. He does not respect you. And I'm going to blame you again. Because
Guys.
we find reasons to stay. No, it's because of the child. No, it's because
That's
of
tough.
this and that. No, it's because of... No. Reciprocate the energy. And I know I usually don't encourage an eye for an eye. Hi. Aye. This time.
Yeah.
You see, now we're starting to agree. Because you should love me the way that I love you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Choose someone who chooses you. So you are wasting, you are running on a treadmill in this relationship. You are not going anywhere, but you are sweating.
You? Imagine.
Hey, imagine, Gupale, in the screen, Gupale 8 kilometers, but you are still standing in the same place, but you are sweating. And on top of that, you are losing weight.
I lost weight then.
Yeah?
She lost weight then.
I've lost.
You see, you are literally on the treadmill. You are carrying the baby. You are carrying your job. You are carrying this moody person who is emotionally abusing you, who is giving you silent treatments, who sleeps with their baby 24 hours, 6 months in a row, in the middle. And that's okay. And also, what you are doing energetically and spiritually, you are adding those toxins to your child. You are sleeping, but you are not together, and there's no harmony.
Yeah.
Your child is going to grow up with signs of depression and sadness and being slow at school, being angry and without the child even knowing those energies, the two of you. Do you know what happens when a child is sleeping in between parents that love each other? That child becomes the most confident child, the most happiest child. Like everything is just blooming without even parents saying anything. Actions. When the child turns to the father's side, the father holds the child. When the child turns to the mother's side, the mother holds the child. When the child stands in the middle, he sees or she sees the hands of the parents holding each other. That does magic and Alice in Wonderland. But you are creating child.
Oh, she's crying. Can you hear? She's crying. She's crying.
Yeah.
She's crying.
So you heard what Somizi said. Anonymous, stop running on that treadmill. Get out. Get outside. Let the sun shine on you. If it's shining, get that vitamin D. Be seen outside. Breathe outside. Fresh air, not that air-conditioned air. Stop hanging on to what was in the beginning because it's no longer there. It's gone. It left a very long time ago. And it is okay, Anonymous. Anonymous, not everybody is perfect. Sometimes we do make mistakes when we're trying to choose a life partner. And sometimes those partners that we choose let us down. So you're not a failure. Your marriage failed you.
Amen.
Okay?
Amen.
Okay, so just keep on repeating that, Anonymous. You're not a failure. It's the marriage that failed you. And it's okay.
Let her repeat the words.
Repeat it, Anonymous. I am not a failure.
I'm not a failure.
My marriage failed me.
My marriage failed me.
There we go, Anonymous. And Anonymous, it is okay to cry. We cry so we let go of everything. And then after we cry, which is the storm, comes the sunshine, okay?
And the flowers.
And the flowers. We're gonna be okay, Anonymous. It's corner. Let's divorce. Let's divorce. I mean, I know so many, but we are probably, the happiest people that you'll ever get to meet.
Sure.
You know?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
I've had my ups and downs, even when Somizi Bohale Atori.
Anonymous, thank you so much. We are going to ask you to kindly continue listening through the radio for South Africa's advice to you, okay?
Leroy.
So I don't think I can make it to the trip this weekend. Because you're using a Standard Bank credit card at the rewards retailers, including Caltex and Astral Energy service stations. No, man. But financially, you're good. Because you stand a chance to win up to 10,000 Rand of your spend back in New Count Rewards points this Black Friday. It's more
Thank
like
you,
I don't have my bank
Nani,
card.
for
So
the
you're
follow.
using a credit card to get 50% off on selected ones.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're joining us for the first time, this is Makoya Rundown. We are here Monday to Friday, 20 past 10. We listen to Ask a Man and we weigh in on the issues. Today is hot, nothing new. And around 11:30, we have our own segment, Talk to Me Ntwana, where we talk about things that, touch us in the right ways. Things that make us go forward in life, have wholesome lives, things we care about. So stick around for that. I think even today, Jay, we're gonna mix and mingle, ask a man and talk to Mintwana, you know? Kutloba mnate. So keep around. Thank you for the follow. Zoli, we see you. Tuli, we see you. And everyone else who's been following us, thank you so much. Remember to tap the screen. More people get to see this live, get to, you know, partake in all of this. Thank you, Tula. We see you. And oh, by the way, since you're here and you're new, we have a YouTube channel. Thank you, Amresh. We have a YouTube channel. Oh, is it? Yeah. We have a YouTube channel. We have an episode out currently. Thank you for those who are watching. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the comments. We see them. Thank you so much, Loazi. It's going great, buddy. And yeah, man, we are here. I have my co-hosts that are gonna come on now onto the panel. We discuss this issue. You know, we don't attack each other. We are cordial. We give each other a chance to speak, and you know, we avoid all profanity. And we're gonna have very wholesome conversations. So stick around. Send an invitation, and I will accept you to join the panel. And let's have this discussion. And yeah, man. Yeah, man. Oh, yes. Leroy, you can see the comment there. We will be posting our live replays on our YouTube channel. Because a lot of people have been saying, hey, that show was hot. Where can you find it? So we are working on having those also on the YouTube channel so that you can, you know, go back to those gems that were dropped. Like, there's been so many bars, guys, that have been dropped on the show, like wisdom, knowledge, like nobody's business, and the library is great. So we're gonna start posting those in so that you can check them out. So thank you for always bringing in your comments, always, you know, dropping bars. We appreciate you. And yeah, let's get on to the show today. Ntate Leroy,
That is what really can that.
re tele ka moranaga.
Ai, ha wa tsala re tsogile re ba re ke nje re le bogala fela maru fela tsala.
A ke re nkgonne a go nne hela jalo.
Ehe.
Pula.
Oh man. Ah, ish. I'm fana with the kind of tlhokonyana marone ish. You know what? So okay now. So my comment there was that they need some like nakunyana partner. So now like no or like no. And I was like, okay guys, wait, Shabana. So what I see here, okay, Shab, he is very frustrated and happy stressed now. Okay, cool. Sharp. He made the effort for therapy. Then he spoke. So now, like okay, like what I think, Corey, he still hadn't had time to heal Bill. So now, like, so maybe that's why, as in like, the last like 6 months, who dizzy, as in like he's been like this, like that.
Healing
So
from what?
from his things, you know, for his test got this and that, but this. No, guys, remember, let's look out to like look at it from another view, you know? Cool, sharp. So like clearly like this lady still loves him. So now for her own health, lay him like they need some time apart so that he can heal Pila. Then maybe they can know like can like do the things there. Like but then I see like tlogile lwazi le mpho ba gana. So okay fair, but then guys like that's just like my opinion. Ha ke le ope ka re. Maybe he just needs to heal there alone there. And then happily sister she needs to be okay you know, because like she feels horror he's been very distant and all that very sharp cool. That's just my opinion there. It's fine. Sharp on guys. So boss.
Dango babali. Hello, sis Bongs. How you doing? Yeah, there's a lot of questions based on Leroy's status. That is his status. That is his point of view. Okay, Miss Philo, maybe he's just not, let's see, attracted to her anymore as he married her because she was the third baby mama. Okay. But we need to deal with the information that we are provided and kind of move away from hypotheticals. Let's deal with what we have on the table, and make an evaluation based on that. And yeah, all right. But in any case, Popo.
Good morning, the best.
Oreng wena lady with the honey voice.
I am in a very confused place right now. I am confused with, I don't know if you can assist Sis Bongs with a short summary, then I'll continue.
Hey, Kazim. Do I even remember the whole thing? Y'all will help me. So, Anonza is a she, met the boy, and within a month or two of dating, Black Boloyawela, and then game over, Anna pregnant there, and after the baby was born, Dedi Are, proposal or Lobola proposal, and then Lobola Yansiwa, everything done accordingly, and now they're married. And this is last year, December, roundabout. And now she knew when she was marrying this guy, Hori, he's moody. Moody boy, But now, since they got married, it has gotten a bit more, where Budi, he's not participating, man, in this relationship. As we speak, it's been 6 months since Badia Kung Fu, and when she tried to, say, hey, Joe, I've been trying to initiate, but you're not coming to the party. Boy says, I'm stressed, Nyana, and he then mentioned issues of loans. He's been taking loans, that he cannot pay. But then Habudiwa Hore, where's the money for these loans? Where has this money been going? I don't know what he said. And as we are speaking, he works, but he's not in relation to Anonza. Seems like Anonza has been on the money all this time, and she's been taking care of him even before they got married, to a point where she's been taking care of his other 2 children before Anonza. Onalabo baby mama, I think by 2. So Onalabana by 2, of which he's not taking care of yena. And Anonza was helping out, but there was a point where she stopped taking care of him for like a year or so. No, not for a year. Well, how long? I don't know how long she stopped, which also the math doesn't math, but she didn't mention when they started dating. No, but she did. So I didn't know. The math is not mathing. But in any case, so there seems to be that situation, Yahore, baby boy is not taking care of his own children. So baby girl has been taking care of her child, including baby boy and everything, and she doesn't mind. She does it wholeheartedly, without making him feel otherwise and things like that. So this is what the situation is right now, what we are dealing with right now. So let's go into it. Popo, I hope you're caught up. Those who are late, and I don't know who else was asking there, hope you are there. Did I miss anything?
No, you didn't. You did not miss anything.
Oh.
Anonza dug a hole for herself. She is not a victim in any of this. She went into this marriage fully conscious, abona everything, but you missed the therapy part.
Kopoeking.
Why is the burden falling on me?
Okay.
So
Yeah, please.
Anonza Gabona Dilo di sa tsamaye pila in their relationship. She proposed that they go for therapy. The husband did agree to go for therapy, and that is where it was
He only went for 2 sessions.
oh yeah. But in those 2 sessions, it was then where it was found out hore yena he was taking loans and he's under stress and stuff like that. That's it, right?
Yes.
So back to what I was saying. Anonza dug a hole for herself. She saw this man before they got married, and but in Popo, you dig the therapy part for yourself. You aren't. Kumbala le khaleng I was benishle. I don't know, man, but something tells me I can't be in a relationship or even see a future with somebody who is not taking care of their kids. And guy puts out no, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna be part of the cycle. I'm gonna be a statistic of this guy. Ke email nna, ke mo fe ngwana, o ileng gore o tlo tlhokomela ke nna. I don't understand the math of this lady, what she was thinking, what she thought was going to happen, but it doesn't make sense. It absolutely does not make sense to me. And she could have easily stopped the relationship ka the first 2 months. I'm supporting you, I'm supporting your 2 other kids that I know absolutely nothing about. Now you decide to get married to this person. You see hore he is broke. Obviously he's going to take loans to marry you. Fine, he does that, and now you're having stresses tsa hore yena o tsere di loan ga sa go fa kung fu, which is outrageous. Wa bona mo gona yo but it's not about me. I don't know, man. This man is I don't know that this Sekgothudi. I am so appalled by this lady. I'm not going to focus on the guy because this guy came as he is and he presented himself. This lady saw this big red flag of a person and was like, I'm going to get pregnant for you 2 months into the relationship and I'm going to marry you. What she thought was going to change in the marriage, I have absolutely no idea of. We always say here, hore, dilo tse di rahalang during your courting stage, when you get married, they only get enhanced. This lady saw these things before they got married. I do not know what she thought was gonna change in the marriage. My advice to her, leave this person. Tsa di breaky, di whatnot, di ka se loke because this man is not gonna change. Already he's not supporting his 2 other kids. What makes you think he's going to change for the better for you, your child, and those other children? This lady must just leave this person and focus on raising her kid and bettering herself. She's 26, for goodness sake. By the time she reaches 40, tlabe atsofetse mosadi wa batho. Yo, that's just me.
Yeah.
And oh, sorry. I saw a comment there by your user 300, I think. She said she thought she was special, and I have to agree. Yes, she thought she was special because the way she started Gabulela, it felt like she's gloating for some reason. Yeah, nah, I got the ring. I'm the 3rd baby mama who got the ring. 3rd time's a charm. Look at your 3rd time. Look at it now. You were suffering all for the ring. Yo, Taiko, please get on the panel. We have to talk about this because I mentioned these things yesterday. I said you cannot meet a person today, next week la engagana, by the third month la nyala. It was a inside the marriage. I know, I didn't know. You knew this. Hey, please. She's not a victim.
Thank you, Bobo. And that's that. Let me read some of the comments. Sis Bongs. Honestly, premarital counseling is the only thing that will save future marriages. But care. Right. Yes, Mnasonje, the foundation was sloppy. Okay, wasn't she pregnant within 2 months of the meeting? Another problem when I miss feel it. You know, I'll condomize mara. Anonza is married to a man who can't provide both money and sex. Can this never locate me? May it never locate you, my sister. But it's an unfair comment in a sense that sex clearly was provided. She got pregnant within 2 months. So that was provided. I don't think she would have known that in marriage, you know, it wouldn't be provided. So that's another thing. And then, can the man in the panel explain, please, Ukuti, what makes them not want to communicate? No, were you not there in the conversation we had on Tuesday? I think we talked about communication, but it's fine. We shall touch on it. It's so bizarre that most people act surprised in the marriage when you didn't do due diligence. Azisha, nazo. I also think she needs to leave. All right, cool. Women do that to spite others. This is sad. So I'm assuming it's that thing of gloating about being married or whatever. We all think we are special, mara nonza kimoreki. All right, no, don't worry, man. Meeting time, December. December. Tukumali meeting. Sis non. How are you, ma'am?
I'm great. How are you?
Why it's breezy?
Awesome. Yeah, no, this is a very interesting case study. I think it's a lesson. It's a lesson for all the other ladies that are young and still want to get married, that it's not just about the ring. There's a lot that comes to it. And that at the end of the day, you need to take accountability for the decisions that you make. It's not about, because look now, the people that were celebrating with her and saying, oh, you are the wife and all of that, they're not here now. She's the one who has to deal with all of these issues. So it's a lesson for young people to know that marriage is it's not everything. You still need to be very responsible about choosing your partner. And also with falling pregnant too early in a relationship, it can cause a lot of issues, even though sometimes we do it because we think, okay, we're trapping this man and whatnot. Are you sure you're going to like what you're trapping? Are you going to like what you're trapping at the end? So all those things, I'm glad that this case study came out, and I really hope this is going to be one of the episodes that you can also post so that young ladies can see that at the end of the day, after the party, after you have posted those pictures of you getting married, there's an entire life that you need to live with this person. And also, I think with the guy, with his finances and all of that, if I'm completely honest and I'm not being biased, I do think that he's going through something. To be a man and have your 2 children and you're not taking care of them. And she even said that even though he is working, she also believes that he can't take care of them. So I think even though she didn't disclose how much he's making and whatnot, but it for me, I don't know, it shows that financially he's really not doing well. And for men, I know that this is extremely frustrating. A lot of men are even committing suicide because of this, so it's not a small thing. So I think for the guy also, as difficult as it might be for him to start a new life and change his lifestyle, because living with his wife is obviously providing a certain type of lifestyle. But I think for his own good, he really needs to rebuild you know, I don't know, but he has to find a way to rebuild and get himself in a place where he can provide for himself and then for his children, and consider this whole marriage thing after he's more stable. It's a lesson for the both of them. And Anonza, I mean, the betrayal is too much. It's a financial betrayal, a communication betrayal. She's no longer in a marriage. This is the marriage is actually finished. In my opinion, her marriage, this is no longer a marriage. So yes, she needs to leave, and I really hope that the guy isn't going to get all her money. I really hope that, which I doubt though, even though we don't have that information, but I hope for her own sake that she's not going to get cheated financially. But anyway, even that is going to serve her as a lesson, you know, as a lesson. And I know maybe there were things that they communicated about that, okay, this is how he's going to improve their finances, and maybe it just didn't work out the way that they planned. But that's still a risk. It's a high risk to go in for potential. It's a high risk. So it's a good lesson. I really hope that Anonza is going to learn from this and grow from this. She's still young. She's, you know, she's still going to meet other people, and hopefully next time she's going to do her due diligence. And I also wish the best for the husband. I am concerned about the husband. I'm a little bit worried. There's just something in my spirit. I'm a little bit worried about him. I hope he's going to be okay. I know we see him as a perpetrator, but he's someone's child and he's going through something. And I really hope that this is also going to be a lesson for him. I hope Anonza will leave him, because if she doesn't, it's just going to continue like this. He's going to just continue spending her money and being an irresponsible father. But once he has a shock in his life where Anonza leaves him and he has to rebuild his life, I hope that it's going to be a positive shock, and it's going to make him rethink his decisions, and it's going to help him to do better. Maybe it's going to force him. You know, sometimes you need something to break in your life in order to have a wake-up call and then do better. But if things are just stagnant, sometimes you stay like you're just like in a treadmill. I think one of the Metro FM people said that just like you're in a treadmill, just walking, just you're losing weight, nothing is really happening, there's no progress. But once something breaks, then it forces you to take a different approach. So I really hope for the best for the both of them.
It's nonny, but hey, 3 times it did not break. 3 firstborns still did not break.
But he got married again this time, so I'm just being optimistic. I'm just trying to be optimistic.
I hear you. No, something needs to definitely happen. Yeah, continue.
These are lives, you know. These are people's lives. I mean, as much as we're here discussing them, it's still their lives, and I think we also have some sort of responsibility to try and, in our opinions and whatnot, to not like really crush their souls, because there are people. We are also going to make mistakes in the future, and we're going to want to find ways as to how do I get up. I'm a big advocate of fall 7 times, rise up 8. So I can't just crush and say no, you were irresponsible or you were, you know. At some point, we need to understand that no one is perfect. Even us, one day, we're going to do something where you look back and you're like, what was I thinking? So these are young people. Let's find ways maybe to just encourage them to do better. It's not the end of the world.
Definitely. All right. Thank you so much, Noni. Yeah, I think there's a lot. If he keeps on being here, there might be, you know, it might escalate to something else, more even of mental illnesses and, you know, the worst of the worst that we can already, you know, assume could happen. So they really need to. Let me just read some comments. To be honest, we need to take accountability for our decisions. Totally agree. The husband needs to compromise because he can't provide, yet he loves making babies. Hesh. Right. I'm trying to feel sorry for him, but how is continuing to procreate rather, but he's in financial ruin. Yeah, ne. Kuraf. Dipuo Aring, the more stories I hear on Metro, the more I thank God I never chased marriage and motherhood. What did you chase, Dipuo? Tell us. Relationships are not easy as Yamadoda. Sorry man. I think the husband must take one one therapy sessions, take responsibility of his mental health. Could definitely help. I'm here to crush. No, we babysit issues. Hey, yeah, no, sis Bongs. Okay, in Yatemba, I'll find a good man. I was married, and your daughter became a stranger in our home. Ow, bageti. Lindsay. Hey, yeah, okay, Dipu, I chased my own mind. Thank you kindly. I think let's give Sis Bongs and then we'll come to you, Benice. Kindly mute so long. Sis Bongs.
Hey guys, how are you?
We are here. How are you doing?
Great. Guys, that's babysitting of issues. First of all, like I believe so much in what was it Mponi who was saying, in that courting phase. Like that's where you sift like the real diamonds from the sand. Do you understand? Or the soil. So in that courting phase, that's when you do due diligence, and I hardly think that is something you can cover within a space of 2 months, right? So it gives an opinion or an attitude of this person, I've fallen pregnant, this person has chosen me. It's like I've been picked, basically. And
Yeah.
when you have picked, you haven't actually discovered, is this the right person who has picked me? Because had you actually gotten to a point where you study the person, you would have understood where his financial standing is, where his mental state is, and this is like my emphasis just on to contribute to this conversation. Judge people by the history of their decision making. What do we mean by that? How is he been treating his children, his baby mamas? What is the history of his decision making in those relationships? Judge how he has been using his money. What is the history of his decision making when it comes to allocating his finances? Now, judge the history of his personality. Who does he become when he lacks money, and when he has money, which personalities come out? Because people are very different when they are well off and when they are struggling. And that is why most people leave people who are struggling, and now they like, oh, now he's making money and he found his type, because now he's in a happy mood. Obviously he's going to get whatever is available, and usually there's really good or tasty quality that is available when you have money, right? So you get to evaluate, when this person is in a bad mood, who do they become? Do they become a monster that I cannot tolerate? Or do they become somebody reasonable to say, Mahan, I'm not able to communicate with you effectively today. Can I just be in my space and wallow in my misery? And then maybe you and I can talk about it strategically tomorrow. Do you understand? Now you get a sense of, Maga frustrated, he's this person. When he's happy, does he over splurge? Does he have a financial trauma? Because half, guys, 93% of us in South Africa, at least, we have financial trauma. This is why we go insane. In 100K, we lose our minds. Do you understand?
Yeah.
How did the pregnancies happen? During which stages of his life did these pregnancies happen? Do you understand? Evaluate those things and then suss out who you're gonna be in that relationship with that individual. And if he's a misfit, right there and then, you don't even have to be pregnant at that point. But no, because ukanda shisa, wena bakumithisile and then wena bakushada. We understand.
Yeah.
So, yeah, now you are dealing with the consequences. And it's the same thing of abantu bethi, but now umitheleni in like, people shouldn't be in activities that produce children, period. Do you understand? Now there are babies there. There's a whole other issue. Why are you and not him together in a marriage maintaining his children? Why is it you who's maintaining his children? Because from what I heard when you were summarizing, like what Anonza was now maintaining his children. And at which point do you think he's now going to be able to maintain you and your child if he's struggling with his already existing children? History of decision making. You are not for me, it's not even like awukho away. You are making a decision now. I mean, I'm just gonna be chosen, and everything is gonna fall into place. Now, when things crumble and fall, it's oops. Sinzinjani? Yeah. I guys no. Sometimes no.
So what's your advice for Anonza at this point in time?
Anonza, do some self-introspection. Obviously, Guyena has his own journey, but she needs to do self-introspection. When she decides to leave, what are the consequences of her leaving? Do you understand? After she has left. Like, is she up for losing too much financially, and can she withhold her own? Magasega separated, because she will have to lose half of what she already has. Will she be okay financially? Does she have a community of people that will hold her down when she is struggling? Do you understand? Because he is no longer her circle or her community. So she needs to find people. Like, before you exit, know the roadmap to where you're going. Before you exit, don't just walk out and then now swinging abantu bonke. Like, just build like a circle of people you know ngizobalekela kwama, or why, or my friend, and I have these people who are going to be in my space and actually help with the child when I cannot pick up child one at school. I'm stuck in a meeting. Like, you need to have those circle of people, because now the one you married is no longer there, right? So she needs to think of that strategically. Where are we going to stay? How are we going to stay? And like, when I look at my finances, have I communicated with my lawyer? How much is that going to cost me? How much is this entire separation going to cost me? You know, so she has to think now objectively. But I would prefer she starts at a point. Does she want to leave? Because we tell people to leave and then they don't want to leave, and then they keep doing it back and forth. Does she want to leave? Yes. Let's just say hypothetically yes. She wants to leave. Now, what does leaving mean? The steps of leaving, and then the execution of leaving. Do you understand? So we need to have a decision made now. Do you want to leave? Because unfortunately, you and I cannot make that decision for her. And the nice thing about it, we don't have to be in that marriage. Yeah, but so once I make the strategic decisions at this point, but first make the actual, the life-altering decision of, do you want to leave?
Exactly. Thank you so much, Isbans. Thank you so much. Bars on bars, bars on end. And yeah, man, I've also just been checking out the comments there. We appreciate you there, Nubian. Nkosikazi, we appreciate you. You know, this is what we're talking about, guys. You know, some of you here have great hearts and you are reaching out and saying, listen, I've went through the same route. You don't have to be alone. You know, let's communicate. Let's get this thing. Let's work this journey together. We really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Also, Sisbongs for those bars and yeah. Venice,
Sayibona nini?
how are you, Mama?
I'm blessed, and how are you, sir?
Ke tlhamaletse ke mokgatla pudi.
Okay, ke dumedise botlhe ko gae, the real coach, Popo, Sis Bongs, thank you for the contributions. I'm learning a lot. Comment section, the flow, that's where I belong. I love that. Ke dira bostutu thata ko. Mo ke itshwara mo, I'm professional because my license can be taken away from me. And ke dumela le dilo tse the speaker se ba buileng ka tsone, re tlo tla ka different approaches, angles. But you're 110% from what everything says it will. And now my contribution for today will be there's a post that I put, there's a video rather that I posted mo ke rileng ge motho a tla mo wena ka let's go with the flow. You must run away. And the lashes tse ke di kerileng mo di DMing ka banna from the men, ba bangwe ba romela le gore una manga and all those sorts of things. And I said on the second video a follow-on that ke re tlo ke le boleleng ha ke bue selo se ke se tsang from wherever ke bua ka so se leng gore I have to deal with it on a daily and weekly basis. Majority of the couples he batla, whether it's a courtship or lenyalo or a relationship yeo injera data, the question is always what are the rules of engagement that have you agreed upon. And so argument ya borre is that basadi ba rata go tsenya ditlose tsa bone manala bone mo rona, let's just be free, man. And I said there is nothing wrong with the freedom state provided the two of you relate. My problem is that in the going with the flow, a baby is conceived. In the going with the flow, sickness is waitwara. In the going of the flow, your mental health is compromised, which brings you to the sessions. Last week, Friday, I was dealing with a 28-year-old and a 29-year-old and a 32-year-old who came on individual sessions, batla ka ditaba tsa di relationship. Three young boys ba batlang ka taba tsa relationship, and when I asked them le agrile eng le di cherry tsa lona, no, we were just going with the flow. And the going of the flow is where now becomes a pandemic, more South Africa in particular. I'm in communications with people from Ghana to learn their cultures as part of my masters for next year. And most of the time when I try to get the societal fabric, I get them saying most of our brothers from I ke batla go mention the countries because it goes a topic to something else. I know but to South Africa ba yang. Re kereya the drumstick easy here than we do in our country. In our country, it's very difficult gore motho a mme or ngwanyana a go fe biscuit le dire kung fu o tlo go grilla o tla mo sokola. They told you that mara he re tla mo country ya lona, things are easy and your families are easy on us. We cannot even do the fat and set tse lona le di dirang. Now let's go back to Ananza o kopane le abuti or in 2-3 months ke a setse a latlhetse di birth pills tsa gagwe kwa. Do you understand? And we never realize gore when we are doing that, you like the bathong ba modimo o itse ha le ka tshaba kung fu lona bana ke lona le bana lona le tshabi kung fu. Do you know gore o kopana fela le motho o no o sena di anger issues, o no sena depression, you can go through depression. Exchange bathong, it's an exchange. I'm not here to preach celibacy. If you are not married, for all I care, do everything that you want with your life. But it's moreover when you're throwing those birth pills, the very same guy, how is it different from you? Did you have that conversation where you sat him down and say, Thabo, what really happened? Can I have a relationship with Meo? Can I have a relationship with Mewabi too? Because there is so much that you are going to get. Hence, for some of the people, Baba Tlemba in the previous shows, I said, for 10 years, re divorced le papa, right? Renale bana ba 3 and we are co-parenting well. But the same issues is return soldier. The new wife, 4 months is going through them. And the very same man only as a communicating. It's not because ona njolela. It is because of the same communication. And these things are conditioned, guys. Let me tell you, majority of the clients who come into my session, the women will tell you a communicator in the beginning. It really assetla in this flow of a relationship. Aba simolla di tendency tse ke di bona di tlhagella. Ke be ke re maybe dilo tse maybe di tla re ke mo observe. So, and the very same guy ha le ko majiteng go monate. Motho wa bolela ibile o tshwara dikgang right. But the very same person ha le ko a se happy ka raise ya gagwe ko mmerekong wa bua. The same person. I was dealing with another client yesterday, online sessions. Abuti o ga bue bagolo 16 years ana le mme o ga bue. But mosadi o rele a mo jolela ke ge a bua ke ge pua e tswa ka dinko e tswa ka ditsebe le all masoba otlhe a motho.
Can you see batho ba conditiona? Some behaviors are conditioned. You can come here, you can challenge me. Ke go bolela ka so se a ke go bolela so sa buka, ke go bolela so se ke se experience. The same person o khona go fira ngwanyana a sa kokoretse. Mara ha tsena ko ntlong, no papa, and this lady wa na mo etsetsa di excuse. No papa ha bue. Ka stop giving excuses for him. That's it in fela ke go shapa a go betsa ka mabota a go dire eng mara ha tsotse ko ntle di ditšhomi tsa gage it's a different personalities. Why are we condoning that? And the pandemic e re nang le yone KG is this. Ge ke kopana le motho wa rre re ne re o bile serious ka di intentions tsa gage gore ke interested mo wena man, I really want to take you serious. O carry the license to enter to the promised land ya lenyalo is to conceive for you. Manyalo a mantsi ga a tswa from the alignment of values. Actually from o mama ngwanake, you are conceiving for me. O fiwa certificate, o ka re fiwa award. You have conceived for me, therefore this is the marriage that I'm giving you. Mara ha re batle go bua ka yona re le ma South Africa. Why don't we want to talk about it? Majority of therapy, batho ba batlang for therapy, let me tell you, I hear people here on the comment section ba bua gore you must come for 1 or 2. I can blame. It's because you highly understand how therapy works. Ge motho atla, he KG atla le mosadi, ene ba bua gore re na le bothata ba communication. I don't deal with communication. I will take you back to kgolo ya gago. How was the world introduced to you? Let me tell you, some of them they leave because sister. I tell them, go and find another therapist who's gonna give you the magic pill. Don't waste my time here. I can even give you a refund. Because my business is gonna go down. It's not necessarily the issue ya gore basadi ba trepa banna. Women nowadays ba ke ba boning from the trends. Why itse gore ga relationship e ka ske ya bereka ke ena tleng go sala le ngwana o. Right? Because barata freedom a bone lately ha ke re all of them. In most cases mosadi o fila gore ke a le batla lenyalo ka nnete. Monna o simola remember weakness ya rona re le basadi, it's what we hear. Take it to the Garden of Eden. I'm not here to preach to you, hallelujah. But the weakness ya mosadi is, I'm telling you, baby, what's again? I'm telling you, I was still young, and and you are different, and I'll tell you why. Bongsi was not matured, and the way our firstborn the values di bona mo wena ha di tshwane le sa ga bongs, and therefore weak. O latlhelela di birth pills. So basadi are being honest. Bana ba re trepa ka mafoko a bona, other than us tripping them with children in most cases. I carry in all the cases. My landing remarks will be, they also never spoke about the finances. Then she never got to grill this guy. Nare di moodiness di bonante di tswa ko kae. I'm sure announcer sometimes say nera anali date go ya KFC or abasa or atla ka 5 o'clock go na lore atle ka the agreed 3:30 abe ikwatisa. Abatsa a condo na that because rona re le basadi rata go parenta bananyana ba. Let's stop parenting men. Stop grooming a grown-up man. People of God, bana ba ba godisiwang ka di circumstances gona nong re focusitse on announcer and this guy. Do you know gore bana ba bantsi ba batlang mo di sessioneng tsaka bana ba mo mathateng? Because if a parent can make this decision, what ability does she have? Di skills tsa nang le tsone and he has tsa go godisa ngwana ka di value systems. It's already moral decay and loss of whatever moral compass. Sharp.
Dango. Thank you so much, Benice. Bars as usual. Too many things. I can't unpack anything. Tago, do you want to say something? Tago. Okay, so I think network is so good as a tiger. Girl with the gap. Side note, Anonza's man needs a vasectomy. Hey! a kry ha le simolola le bua ka di-vasectomy ba tla go botsa gore le pholisa dilo tsa batho le pholisa eng tsa batho tloelang batho ba diretse ba di dirang ka dio tsa bone a re tsebe. So Tago, are you back?
Yes, KG, how are you?
I'm very well, say yourself.
I am very much good. And the
That's
rest of the
wonderful.
team.
Django, Tlakatsona.
Yes, I'm not sure if there's someone who has already addressed what I want to address, because at some quiet time I was away from my cell phone.
Don't worry, continue.
Okay, yes, I would like to take a different way to approach Anonza's problem.
Okay.
Because I will refer, however, if you check nowadays, most of the financial stable women, they are very abusive in a certain way, in their own way. If you still remember, we once have the Anonza who was earning more than her husband, and she make it clear that she is the boss at work, and she want to be a boss in the house because she earn more. So at some point you will find out that Anonza's husband who will financially abused.
Okay.
That is why he ended up trying to make some of the loans so that he can keep the standard to be with Anonza. So if you can check the statistics outside, most of the financial stable women, they stay alone, or they are not married because they are not controllable, or they are not obedient. So I think we have to take it from there, in a point that the financially stable women, there is a certain things that they must know before they get into marriage, because most of the time when they're into a marriage, they want to control everything because they are financially stable. KG?
Can you guys hear me? Sorry.
Yes, you are back now. Yes.
I was changing the background.
Yes, that is my view.
All right.
That we have to take it in a point where the other reference, the reason why most men doesn't want their wife to work, or doesn't want their wife to go to work, or they want their wife to be the housewife, is the same reason as financially, or money can easily change women, or money can easily change ladies. So that is my point of view when it comes to that.
So I hear you, Tago. But what you're presenting is an assumption, and with the information that was given, none of that came across. If anything, Anonza said that she's fine with him working. She's fine with supporting Ukai. She's all right. She's never made it an issue for him. She's just fine with that. So yes, we don't hear the second part of the story, which is his side of the story. But there was also an opportunity where it was said they went for therapy, and they had sessions, and only there he then mentioned that he's taking loans. And the question was, okay, you were taking loans, probably to your point, where he was trying to do something, but where did the money of the loans go? He could not answer. So I don't know if it is somewhat fair for us to go that route in terms of that perspective, because it's based on an assumption, and on top of that, it's out of the information that is provided. But I still hear where you're coming from, and I think it's it's not necessarily touching on the topic, Yaha Anonza, but perhaps on a general point, we can maybe even begin to discuss it when we are talking about marriage and finances. So I don't know if you understand me there, sir.
Yes, KG, I really understand what you are talking about.
Okay, so for now, let's see. It's already 11:33. We will, like I said, this topic here, Ask a Man and Talk to Me Ntwana, mingled because we are touching on issues that we spoke about also yesterday about this. And girl with a cap, I need you to come outside and fight me. How must I fight you, ma'am? It's not always about imali. My ex had his own nami futi bengtanda, but here we are. So yeah, Lindsay has been telling a lot there. I don't know what should we do? Should we give Lindsay a platform, Popo?
I think we should, so that she can vent as much as she needs to, and we have people here, Boreal Coach Noni and Auntie Bernice, who can assist her. She's went through a lot, so I
Okay.
believe we should here.
All right. How do you say your name? Is it Lindsay or Lindsay or yeah? Do you want to come up? Can you come up? I'm a very emotional person and in the office.
Okay, I don't know if I can give a brief summary of her story for
Okay.
the ladies to unpack.
Lindsay. Yes, Popo?
She was in a relationship with this guy. I don't know for how long, and everything was nice, everything was great. And they were both financially stable, and guy decided to lobola her, I think, and they got married. And excuse me, I have to go somewhere real quick.
Okay.
The story is there by the comments, so you can do that.
Yeah, okay. Not a problem. Let's see if we can do that. So I think I remember Lindsay saying, okay, so let's do this. Let's do this. It's been long, eh? Okay. So she was with this person 5 years prior, I think. And they then got married. I'm not sure how long they were married for. They have children together, but a lot changed. Basically, when they got married, I think he began to be abusive. Okay, yes, I chose me and my daughter, so they have a daughter. I left it because it was toxic. Okay. So roughly that is the information. Am I missing anything, Lapo? All right, he was so loving, present, good to me for 5 years. Then we got married, fell pregnant, and so something changed after they got married and they fall pregnant. Yeah. We were married for 3 years. There we go. So everything was good. Boy was alright. They were in love. They felt like, listen, this is the right time for us to get married. I don't know if you may say that, did you go through marital counseling? Yes, she did say they did premarital, they did counseling inside, and there was counseling throughout, but things just did not come through. Things did not happen the way they're supposed to happen. And hey, guys, man, quite painful. So, Noni is asking, how was he toxic, or how was the relationship toxic? What did he do or what he didn't do? While we are getting the comments, Lapo, did you hear the story? Which one are you coming on the panel for? You can unmute your mic and let's hear you.
Hi, how are you?
Very well, yourself.
I'm good. I was listening to Ask a Man, so I wanted to share a bit of my story because the lady is like a story similar to mine.
Okay.
So now my husband and I, we were married for 7 years, and we were together for 15 years. So I listened to Anonymous saying that his husband was a moody person. Well, with my husband, it was the same. He was a moody person, but I realized later on that it was not really moods. He was very emotionally abusive. So we would go days not talking. If we argue about something, we go days not talking. And mind you, we are in a long distance marriage. So normally he comes on weekends. So what happens is if we argue, even if he's wrong, he won't apologize. When he goes back to work on Monday, he will just leave without saying goodbye to me. I will just hear the door closing, the car starting, then he's gone. So he abused me emotionally for a while, about 3 years after the marriage. So I'm sensing with Anonymous that his husband is a narcissist. It's just that Anonymous didn't really go into detail about her marriage, because with me, we would go 3 months without having sex. The longest I've been is 6 months. So yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I'm sensing that Anonymous, now the advice I have for her is for her to leave, because now I filed for divorce. The divorce is still in the process. So I went to counseling because at some point I was depressed. So a lot, I don't want to share the whole story, but a lot happened. So emotional abuse is it's very painful. It's a painful thing, and it will really damage her. So the sooner she leaves, the better for her. And as for the husband, I suggest he should seek counseling, because I'm sensing for he's a deep narcissist, and those people, they don't change overnight.
Ke kopa go thank you. Also, and sorry, I would take KJ. Ne kopa o re rute because you are open about this. While you were in the marriage, I care dilo tse dingwe no di bona le sentse le ratana ausi.
Yes.
O ka
The
re
reflex.
share gore what then really made you to say eish mara ke a mo nyala anyway, and two, did you really establish what the root cause of that came from as well? Thanks.
Okay, with me, when we started dating, it was all okay. Like he would shower me with gifts and all. So gore ke spotted the red flags, which Lena, sometimes I blame myself because I ignored the red flags early in the relationship. So I was working in another city. He was in another city. So what happened is he had a friend that I was working with. So I didn't know that he would tell his friend that he should check up on me, like whether he a cheater or doing an tsewa, because on a level psycho happy element double psycho. So it happened this other night that after work we decided to go for drinks. Fine, we went for drinks, and then this other guy on a child. It was around Buma 4 a.m. Now we have to leave. This guy, we were at the car, like my car. He tried taking. He was hugging me. When I opened my arms, my husband is here. Even I'm like, now this person, it's 4 a.m. How did he get here? You're a trapper, that guy, ne? I'm a trapper. Then na abam pizza club. And then I left. That was the first incident that I ignored. And what happens is the next day, I'm the one who has to go now apologize to him because he won't say anything. He won't entertain what happened yesterday. That was the first incident. The second incident that happened again, it was on a new year. And I was still young anyway. I was late 2023. So that new year again, he caught me with somebody else and he gave me Murese club. So that was the second time. I ignored that. We never discussed it. So every time I'm the one who's gonna go to him and apologize, and he'll never apologize to me. So it went on, the relationship went on, and then Yadi Mutsi, when we fight, when he's wrong, maybe le somebody. When I confront him, he doesn't entertain it, like he doesn't talk about it. The other thing, the abuse before we got married, only those two incidents. The abuse got deeper after we got married. I think on the third year, that's when I started Anna so strongly emotionally abusive. I gave birth to my second baby. We gave birth to our second baby. He would come like late at night drunk, Tomorrow morning, but he does Hana that thing, Yakoshua remorse. Hana that thing, when he's wrong, he would come to me and apologize. Then we let it slide. So many things we let them slide. We let them slide until Kiricha point he was so abusive. I was at a point whereby I was now breaking down because along the way I found out he was cheating. There were girls, he was sleeping around. So it got intense. To an extent, I was admitted for depression and the baby then was 8 months. So I stayed in the marriage hoping that it will get better. But still it got worse until now, last year, 2022. I said to myself, "Well, I'm still young. I deserve so much better. And I deserve peace. All I wanted now for it was peace, nothing else, nothing more. Because the narcissist how do they work, but I had to an extent o tracker koloi, ona since tracker in the car, I didn't know. So he would track my moves. So that's why I got another element yabo psycho. So when I now started the divorce process, he wanted to manipulate the ankwalela a letter or no, he's going to kill himself. I'll take care of the kids. He knows I'll do a better job at that. Those elements it's about deceive, psycho and all that. But eventually I filed. It was not easy to file for divorce, but I had to sit down because I'm breaking down for the second time, depression. So I said, it's not worth it. I think I answered the lady's question.
I think you did.
You did answer our question, and you keep on saying narcissist psycho. Although re sa kgone go diagnose, but the element is doing the obvious. I'm still going to ask the same question. Mare o sa ya lololo. Kgolo ya ga papa e ne e le yang? Are there any other indicators tse o kana mong o di overlookile na go no kopana le ene?
What are his background when he was growing up?
Yes, yes.
Okay, his background when he was growing up, what I know ke gore the mom was married le the dad. His dad passed away when he was 8 years old. So the mom kene a mo raisitseng. So ga se a tsamayane le the father figure because o raisitswe ke the mother. So he has always looked up to his mother.
Ha gona mo a tleng a bua ka some of the traumatic childhood experiences.
Yes, never.
Maybe he never spoke about it, or you never had that conversation.
I would ask him, but he never spoke about it because the other thing na nke mo encourage nke mo ra kere a therapy ha ile gore o na le some deep rooted issue. So therapy he went I think twice, then abastopa. He was never open. Ka his childhood, he's not open. He was never open to me.
You know why ke botsa aus go editswe ke dilo tse ke ratang go di bua when I'm in Cage's life. I get to understand man of God where I'm coming from. The moment motho a discloser a sa batle go discloser information e rileng, just know there is something that is hidden there and you are going into you are go the lion's den. So how ka utlwa I've had relationships in now where le papa bana ke ona say very close when it comes to childhood ya gage, right? And we can still argue and say not everyone or papa gaga tlhokafetseng a le 8 years old turns out like that, but I'm just saying in as much neck is not a universal standard in Twitter but you're going to see the sign by the person say Joe ke godisitswe ke mama no go le tough here and there but she tried her best man a re tswa da. It's and the very same people, if you can you might get me right on this one. I was most of these people they dig deeper into your own childhood.
Yeah.
Tell me more, tell me more, tell me more. And we go more and more and more. But how after you are done with that, and I'm not saying it is wrong for a man about tell me more and tell me more. One of the ways in which you can predict who you are is when the same person can reciprocate the same information to say also know the person that I am. Mama ka ona shapiwa for example. Papa ka ona tlhola robatsa ka metsi a tsididi mo lebating. But I'm a better person now. I do not want to raise my kids like that one day. I want to motho o lokologang a bua about their genesis is most likely to be a healthier person in more relationship most likely than a person who are ring Joe like now what abodilo on the surface. I would like to get your LinkedIn one on this one.
Right. Real coach, come through.
Okay. Khoe did say thank you so much for sharing your story. I just want to ask regarding, I'm so sorry to ask you about like something that could be a bit triggering. So you shared that he was physically abusive, and I think you said that this was before you guys got married. I think so, I'm not sure.
Yeah, she
So I
did
just
say.
want to yes. So Khoe did say when that happened, what was your logic or your how did you still stay with him after that incident? Because I don't think it was the first or the first time he did that. I just want to try and understand what made you stay after the physical abuse.
As I said, I was still young, and Lena, I don't know why I'd stayed. I'd say I stayed because I loved him. That's the reason why I stayed. And it's funny that after we got married, I agree he only hit me twice. After we got married, he's never laid a hand on me. Instead, he was now emotionally abusing me. So I stayed because I loved him then.
Well, I think I just want to get clarity on something, Khoeditse. You dated for how long? I'll just ask you this series. You dated for how long before you got married? And then did you say that you were married for 15 years?
No. It's been 15 years we've been together. So in that
Okay.
15 years, we've been married for 7 years.
Okay. So in the 7 years, 3 years, that's when things started getting
rocky.
Okay.
Yeah.
Noni?
What was he doing right? Sorry for that. What was he doing right that kept you staying?
When coming to his kids, we have two kids, ne? He's a good father. Like that's one thing that he does right. He's really a good father. And as I said, at some point when we started dating, he was a good person, you know. He'll buy me flowers, he'll buy me lingerie, we'll travel and all that. So it's not like in the sequence of 15 years, it was all bad.
Um, can I just ask for you to elaborate something in your statement? When you say he was a good father, what do you mean by that in your own words?
A good father being he was agree we in a long distance marriage. So kids would be having functions. He'll make sure that he's there. So he never misses any functions of the kids. And he would say something like he never had to spend time with his dad. Hence he's being so good to his kids. So yeah, that's why I'm saying Horene, when coming to his kids, is very good.
All right. And in terms of this emotional abuse, and I don't know if it was also verbal at some point, would he do some of these things when the kids are around or in the
No,
presence of the kids?
he wouldn't do it in the presence of the kids. Mostly everything happens in the bedroom. Like when he goes out, he put on this mask. So you'd say he's a good dad, he's a good husband, because my family, the first time when I confronted one of my cousins, telling her, this is how my husband is treating me. She couldn't believe me because outside he's this charming guy. But as soon as we go in the house, now he takes off his mask.
Yeah.
Well, I'm really sorry about the experience that you've had, and really thank you so much for being so open about it. Hoping that this will be my last question. When did you start noticing the emotional abuse? And if you could just like ask yourself intuitively as a woman, and since you were the one in your marriage, what do you think happened that maybe is the catalyst for the emotional abuse? Like if you could just intuitively, even though we can't diagnose, and I know you've been saying that he's a narcissist and maybe there's some sort of psychological problem to it, but like if you could maybe just intuitively think about what you think caused that change, or when you started to be emotionally abusive, and if you can recall when you first noticed it and what was the situation. Yeah, that's just if you could just share that.
I think when I was go therapy, I started going back to see where did it all go wrong. So I would say the first year of our marriage, it was like it was fine. The second year, it was fine. Things started changing the third year, because the fourth year I got pregnant. So this is how the emotional abuse started, as I said. When we argue about something, even when he's wrong, he will now go numb on me. I would be cooking for him. Maybe it's on a Saturday or Sunday. I'm cooking for him. He would just not even eat my food sometimes, or he would just take the food, then go to the bedroom. That's when I started to see this is not the man I'm married to. And the other thing is, one thing that still hurts me is that he has a very close relationship with the mother. And the thing is, his mother never really loved me. So that's one of the topic whereby I want to raise. He wouldn't entertain it, because at some point I felt that the bond that he has with his mother is like he was just not ready to cut the umbilical cord. And there's a scene, there are so many scenes, but I'll explain the other scene to explain the emotional abuse. Sometimes I would have to go to a friend, maybe baby shower or a party. We have to go out with some girls. Then I will tell him that, okay, I'm going somewhere. The moment I come back, maybe around 9, 10 in the evening, he will give me this look. You know your person. I'll see by the look that I'm in trouble. The next day, he won't even speak to me. So I went to an extent of like when we do not make love, because one thing that he made sure is that he doesn't touch me. So we'll go weeks, maybe a month, 2 months. I'm the one again who's gonna come back and initiate that he touches me. And after that, after him making love to me, I will feel so dirty because it's like he doesn't even long for me, you know. So those are the things that happen that really drained me, and they destroyed me because he destroyed me emotionally. So, and at some point, I would doubt myself, thinking, what is it that I'm doing wrong? Am I the one who's triggering him to act the way he's acting towards me?
So
So
Edith, are you still? Oh, okay. Yeah. Continue.
no. Let me stop a bit because I'm getting a
Okay.
bit emotional thinking about
Yeah.
everything.
All right. Let's pause it a bit. Let's pause it a bit. Offense. How are you?
Hey, good morning, guys. How are you?
We are here, sir. Yourself?
I'm fantastic, eh? Thank you for accepting my request. I think I had some bits and pieces with the questions that were raised, but I think I managed to connect the dots. I was late on this live. Anyway, I just want to mention something that I experienced growing up, but from the men perspective. However, whatever I'm gonna say doesn't mean I am vouching for the guy to abuse the lady.
Okay.
So I grew up in different families because my parents were not always at home. So I grew up in the aunt family, granny's family, my parents' house, and all that. And what I experienced with my aunt's husband, and it's something that is actually affecting my cousin, is that he was abusing her physically and emotionally in front of us, you know. And I think I'm the lucky one, and some that didn't see that as a normal thing, you know. It would hurt us big time. So the looks, like she's saying, were actually something that we knew that it's about to get down tonight, you know. She would kick her, he would kick her, beat her with fists, man, like he's fighting with a man. She'll be helpless and everything. And it was a small house. And after that fight, as kids, we cannot sleep and would hear them having sex. Unfortunately, we cannot sleep. And it was just rough. And you could hear her crying, you know, as if someone is raping you. And it will be forceful. Tomorrow morning, you're looking at my aunt, should polish his shoes, prepare breakfast for him. And every time he comes in the house, the mood changes. My aunt will be like shaking. Have you done something and checked it 5 times that you've done it right? That was my aunt's situation, you know? She was just so scared and afraid, but she was staying there. I think one of the reasons why she stayed is that he was the only breadwinner, number one. So I think she stayed because of the kids. And it's something that I appreciate, how our sisters have changed the world where they are. I don't really like to use this word, but it's there. People are using it. They are now independent, you know. Where if they see this is bullshit, sorry for my language, they'll just walk away because they have an income. I think that one it's a good thing. So to a point where they yeah, I think 3 months wouldn't pass where my aunt wouldn't be hospitalized. And she wouldn't want to open a case. And it was trauma. So the current situation is that my cousin is doing that to his wife. So it might be a question of how did he grow up? He might have grew up in that kind of environment where it was taught to him indirectly that if the wife doesn't listen or you are unhappy with your wife, this is the actions you must take. You beat, you curse, so that the message can go through, There's this saying, ka Setswana ba re, utlwa ka letlalo, And I think one thing was mentioned is that he never opened up to his childhood, whatever or whatever that he experienced that was negative in his life when he was growing up. And most people, if they are like that, definitely they are narcissists, they are pathological liars, and they are very manipulative. So, and yeah, there's something that I don't understand about the universe. Good women get involved with just the worst men, or vice versa, you know? And they'll stay because they love them and they are genuine. So yeah, I have to sympathize there to say I'm so sorry for what you went through, but I think she's out of the panel. I wanted to ask if are they still together, number one. Number two, is she employed? Okay. If
She
she's
filed for
not with
divorce.
him.
She filed for divorce.
Thank God. Yeah, no, thank God she did that, because at some point, what was happening is that my aunt doubted herself, and also not just doubting herself. She believed that she's always wrong, and she believed that she deserved to be punished. So that is a narcissist tactic. That's what they do. I did experience that with my ex, but I pulled out quickly. It was trauma, but at least I was strong enough to pull out quickly. And it's something that can damage you. And if now she wants to move on, she might meet a great person, a great guy, but it might affect her relationship with the guy, because she won't give it all to the guy as much as she gave it all to the previous husband. And that will also affect that current relationship. And if she's lucky, the gentleman will understand and give her time, but it will take forever. But I'm happy that she mentioned something about therapy. It's good to talk about these things. It's good to take your time to heal. If you are single, being single, it's not a taboo. It's okay to be single, to find yourself and be happy. I'm 31, working, having my own car. I'm single and I'm happy. Yes, I'm looking, but I'm not desperate, because I need a particular person, and I don't want to be abused, because I'm a very kind person, and I'm not going to be forced to be a rude, ruthless person, or treat a wife or my partner hard so that she can be scared of me or respect me. It should just come natural that she appreciates who I am, being kind and treating her like a queen, as they say. So I'm
Can
really
I
sorry that you
can I
experienced.
ask you, Offense, in
Yes.
you experiencing what you experienced in that household, how has this affected you in your own relationships, and have you sought therapy, and how has been your experience generally and your outlook in life in relationships based on that experience that you had?
Sure, man. I hated men, and I'm a man. I hated men that are so abusive. I lost my best friend because you were living in one complex, and he was abusing her girlfriend physically. And I gave him a first warning to say, listen, dude, please do not ever do this when I'm around or ever again. And he did it, and I was almost arrested because he was hospitalized because of the injuries he got from our fight. That anger that was built from a younger age, I take it out on him. I wanted to kill him. It was not a question of I want to punish. I wanted to kill him, and I've never sought therapy, but I think I'm okay. I think I'm okay. Growing up, it's been years now. I think I'm okay, but yeah, it was challenging. And with my previous relationship where I was abused, though it was a short period, it affected me to a point where I didn't want to date anymore, number one. Number two, I didn't believe in marriage anymore, because a month before she dumped me, I was planning to actually pay lobola. And the funny part is that we stayed together for 2 years. While we were dating for a month, we moved in together because she had some challenges with her vehicle, petrol money, COVID. And for 1.5 years, I splitted my income to support her family, and my family. 3 months before she can go to the army, after I paid 20K of a bribery just for her to go in, she went in and she dumped me. And looking at back to see that I've never cheated on her, I've been always loyal. We had so many plans, and she was so supportive and everything. I saw it as she was just pretending for the past 2 years. And that will make you doubt every woman that you come across. I kind of like, after her, I dated someone, I didn't want to give them money, because I saw it as a loss, because I spent a lot of money in this woman. It was just, and I lost myself. I had some doubts. At some point, I wanted to go to a gym because I was I'm a skinny guy. You doubt yourself. Maybe you want to go to the gym and have some muscles, and everything. But I think I had my own therapy. I love myself more. I respect myself more. And I think at some point, I'll meet someone that will appreciate me. I was telling one of my friends to say, even if I reach 35 without getting someone, or without even having a firstborn, I don't even have kids, I'm okay with that. My peace comes first. But now the danger is that I'm a little bit selfish right now with my things, in particular money. I'm a little bit selfish on that, and with my roots, my principles, my beliefs and values, if I had a choice and I had enough money, I would want to have a stay-home mom and to provide everything for her and for my family, So, dude, abuse, whether physical or emotionally, the emotional part is the worst one. Because when you look at the physical one, you can heal from it, though, yes, but the emotional one, dude, it sorry for my language, it fucks up your mind, where you become a different person. How you view life, how you view yourself. You view yourself as a loser. You don't feel beautiful. You don't feel handsome, and you feel like you are useless. And yeah, you can lose yourself.
Yeah. Offense. I'm gonna just say something short and give Noni an opportunity to say something to you, and then we'll go to Wena Khoeditwe. I would suggest that you seek therapy um, uh, to unpack, even if you may feel that you are okay, you are doing fine. It may look like that in the surface because you have not encountered issues that trigger what you have gone through. Case in point, that friend of yours and what happened afterwards. So we can't have you possibly being a landmine where you yourself don't even know where the mine might be, where that bomb might be, that if anyone presses that, you are gone. And you are very aware of the effects of what you have experienced and things like that. And I think still go seek therapy to be okay, to ensure that that anger that you never knew you had, that then came out on that day, that it will never have to come out again, because now you know that it is there, you can handle it, you know how to deal with that. And equally so, to deal with situations of, yes, you call it being selfish, someone else will say you're looking out for number one. But there are a number of issues that still needs to be unpacked to make sure that that experience, in as much as you are, and this is also somewhat the blessing and curse of being self-aware and being intellectual, is that you can do your own self-introspection, you can see how these things can affect you, can affect other people, but because you think you can identify them, you think you can deal with them yourself. And no man is an island. And yeah, so that's just what I wanted to say. I'll also give Sis Noni an opportunity to talk to that more about, and yeah, then we'll go to Khoedi to Sis Noni.
Hi, I wasn't actually planning on saying anything, but now that you've given me the platform, I'll just say I do agree with what you're saying. I really do agree with what you're saying. It's making a lot of sense, even though he has already gone for therapy. I do think that there are still some residual there that maybe he can just go and sort of just refine. And in terms of, the issues having with, he's saying he's very selfish with his money now, that's still a residual from his previous experience. So that's why I'm saying I do suggest that maybe he continues with therapy. But I think before you go into another relationship, really figure out what type of woman you want. Offense, I'm really glad that you went through the process where, you love yourself, even though you went through the abuse, but you know your worth and you love yourself and you're not going to compromise yourself. You did mention that you want a stay-at-home wife. So also with that, be very careful that when you do meet someone, you're not imposing yourself onto them, because they might agree at first, but there might also be some resentment, because the work that we do, sometimes it speaks of our identity. There's so much connected to it than just us making money at the end of the day. There's identity, there's our life's mission, our purpose in life. So there's so much about that. So just be careful with that, that you're not coming across also as an abuser in terms of controlling what your woman does. And also ask yourself, why is that? Why do you want someone to be a stay-at-home wife? Just continue with the self-introspection. Don't cut yourself off completely with with relationships. If it is something that is in your heart, that you would love to be in a happy marriage one day, I think don't lose hope. I think that's basically my ending statement, is don't lose hope. There are lots of people in this world, and if God has someone for you, continue to be open about it. Don't lose hope. And some of your statements are, you don't care even if you're 35 and you don't have children, it's okay. It does sound like it's sort of like you're self-soothing. So just still be open. Don't allow your past to determine your future. That's my final statement.
Thank you so much, Sis Noni. And I just want to add in, Offensive, before you respond. From a male perspective, I don't know how long you've been on this platform. I'm married myself. I've been married for 4 years, going on 5. I've been wanting to get married since I was like probably 21, 22. But because of, societal standards, you need to go work, find money and all of that. So I needed to get the provision and whatever the case. I ended up getting married later than I would have anticipated, but everything else works out for that. But I had to deal with some of those ideals that I had and why I had them. And my marriage is great. I'm continually learning. Continually, making sure that I improve myself for the betterment of my marriage. And all of that, yes, being self-aware, yes, being however smart and intelligent I can be, I still need to go through the processes of therapy. I've done premarital counseling. We continue to do counseling in marriage. We continue to talk things out. We have agreed that whenever there's a great change in our lives, that warrants us to go through therapy. May that be having a baby, which we don't have currently, having a child. It's a big step. A lot of things changes. Let's go through therapy to prepare ourselves. Change of work. You are not working. I stopped working some time back and focus on being self-employed. I had to go through therapy because I needed my mind to change from being an employee to now being self-employed. So therapy is not when you are in the woods. Therapy should be a lifetime journey where, in as much as you are aware of yourself, you also need to get perspective. And here's the thing, I always say to everyone, therapy is not about you talking about your issues or letting someone tell you about your issues or how to solve your issues. It's about tools. It's a platform for you to learn tools that you can use in your daily life, every aspect of your life, relationships, work, personal life, spiritual life, whatever it may be. There is room for therapy for you to get the tools that then help you move, your life ahead, that make you address challenges that you might face. And so you don't even have to, like, for instance, beginning of this year, I've shared this, that I went to therapy because I went to see a therapist because I was saying there was something that was going on in my head. I needed to make decisions. I needed to think through something, and I couldn't come together with what I needed to get to. And I told my wife, this is what I'm going through. And she said, I can't help you with this one. Go see a therapist. And I went to saw a therapist. I was able to make sense of what I'm seeing, what I'm dealing with, and all of that. And I got what I needed. So I think it was 5-6 sessions, if I'm not mistaken. And we worked out through what I had. There was no issue personally and internally and everything else, but I needed to go through some of my thoughts and all of that. And it helps a lot. So I'm not saying that you go to therapy because mainly you experience what you experienced, but it is also to make sure that your life continues to be wholesome. Why do you think the way you think? There is an aspect of the partner that you're going to look for because of what you have experienced. That's what intuitively your mind and how you're wired, because of that abuse that you experienced, you may look for the same person. I don't want to say this is the case, but take your current or your past relationship where you were almost abused in a similar way that you experienced. So there is some science behind how we attract people or what we get attracted to based on our experiences. So we need to deal with those things so that we are able to ensure that who we are is who we want to be. Not because of our past, not because of our fears, but indeed what we are sure that we have tested and we are able to say, this is what I want and I'm okay with it. It's not because of my past, it's not because of my fears, but it's purely because of who I am. You want to get married, seek to get married. Find ways on how you can deal with, dating, to ensure that your past traumas don't deal with you, so that you don't have a regret that you didn't have a baby when you wanted to, or you didn't get married the time you wanted to. So I've also had to deal with the fact that I wanted to get married young. I didn't. So I wanted to have so many kids. I still don't have a kid right now. So I need to deal with those things and the changes that happens, because situations happen, circumstances affect our lives. I don't want to go any further more than that. Offense, I'll give you an opportunity and then we'll go to Huedit. I don't know, you're still mute in case you're not aware, Offense.
Oh, sorry. Thank you. Thank you very much. I always see your life in passing, and sometimes when you go on live, I'm at work, even now, but thank God I'm doing my admin today. I'm actually working from home. So yeah, so I think I came at the right time, and thank you for actually this platform. And yeah, man, thank you for the advices. And definitely, even if I feel like I'm okay, but let me get a second opinion. Let me go for those sessions. I might be surprised when I get there and find out that, yeah, I'm far away from being okay,
Yeah.
Just to comment on the previous lady who said, I want a wife that will stay at home. I think it's something that the economy doesn't allow, to have a stay-home mom. I was just saying, if I had a choice and the economy permits, and also the partner that I'll be having believes in the same thing, definitely I'll go for that.
Yeah.
But life is different. We are on a different world now. Economy, people have goals and careers that they want to pursue. So you
Yeah.
can never actually put one in that stage. But nevertheless, thank you very much. I'll continue listening, and then I'll also follow you, so that when you do lives, I can be invited automatically.
Thank you so much.
Because I think we are learning every day, even if we are not coming into the panel, just listening. We take
Definitely.
notes, we learn. And to the sister there, again, I'm sorry for what you went through, and it's a teaching moment for us that abuse, it's not just physical, it can be emotional. As men, we mustn't do that, to abuse ladies. Vice versa, we shouldn't allow women to abuse us. We can walk away. Last comment, my father used to say, basadi ke maloma a lefase, selemo le mariga maloma a thunya. So definitely bona ba tletse. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Offense. Much appreciated. Huedito, my sister, thank you for your patience. Are you okay? What would you like to say?
Oh no, I'm good. In closing, I've been reading comments here, and I see there's a guy who commented semi SA saying, "Yep, some of the
Ke mo
women who claim to
blocky.
be abused are causing it
Ke
by
mo
yelling,
blocky.
or more blocking." Okay, that's a good thing.
Mo blocky. Ah,
The other, in closing, the other thing, yeah, the other thing, I think a lot of people will wonder why I stayed for so long. One thing I can say is there's a thing called trauma bonding. So the thing is, this man, I've known him for the past 15 years. He's the only person that I've been with. He's the only person that I've known for that long. So basically, I was traumatized to an extent that at some point you don't even see that you are abused. That's what they call trauma bonding. You form a trauma with the abuser. And then the other thing, this is my first time being this brave, sharing my story honestly. And I would like to thank your platform. I listen to Ask a Man daily without no fail. And I've heard of so many stories. That's when I gathered the courage to leave. So I would like to say to someone going through what I'm going through, it's never too late. It can be 20 years, it can be 25 years, but it's never too late to leave. That's all I can say. And thank you very much, hey, for your time.
It's a pleasure, Khwed. Thank you for your bravery. And you no longer need to listen to Ask a Man by yourself. We are always here. We can listen together and we can, talk about the
Yeah.
situations and address. And yeah, and we also, yeah, I'm always blamed by Girl with the Gap, Hori. Now when I'm hosting, there's always stories like this that come out. I don't know what's happening, but we are here, we are learning, we are healing, most importantly. So I appreciate all of you guys. Popo. I appreciate all of you guys for your bravery, for sharing your story, for being here and supporting, more than anything, supporting people who come here such a way that they feel they are in a safe space, and it's all because of you guys. Thank you so much. And listen, I think going beyond this point, Tlabere Senga, bo mathene re ba tloela ba le so ba tla nna ntse ba tipona. So hey, offense, people are asking for their friends there, so yeah, you may answer them. For everyone who has joined us for the first time today, you have followed us. Thank you so much for your follow. We also have a YouTube channel where we have an episode out currently. Thank you for those who are commenting, liking, and sharing. Thank you. We will also be posting these lives on YouTube also, so that we can always refer back to these wonderful memories, these wonderful advices that we keep hearing. So we really appreciate you guys. Thank you for being cordial. Thank you for not fighting there by the comments. Thank you for giving advice even when you don't agree with the thing. You challenge the idea. You don't fight the person. You don't attack the person. We really appreciate you being cordial in that manner, and that's what we would like our community to be like. So listen, follow, do this hard thing, man. Do this hard thing. This hard thing makes sure that whenever we are live, you are there. We get all of these notifications, put us on the friend list, and everything else, and we're here. I'm never hosting alone. I'm here with Popo. I'm here with Leroy. There's Sabelo. I just saw Scammy here. Is he still using the name Scammy? Hey. And also Maina change, but I think it's Scammy. Scammy is here. We have our own Queen of Skaka, who has been not around with us for some time, but she's still around. And we have a whole team. Oh, and Fifi, who is currently dealing with school lead bukara. So, but nonetheless, we are here working in the backgrounds, making sure that we can talk with each other and grow. So thank you for joining us. Join us every single day, 20 past 10, days of the week, Monday to Friday, 20 past 10, and up until around this time when we close, and we have our own segment, Talk to Me Ntwana. You can send your DM of a story that you want us to talk about. Listen, we are here. If you want advice on anything, send a DM. If you want to be Anonza, go create a ghost account, come and get onto the panel, say your story, and hear from everyone who's here. We have people who are doing, like Coach Noni was here. This is her work. We had Bernice. This is her work. We sometimes have Mama D, who is also a registered counselor, and we do have people who are qualified. Myself, I'm a relationship coach, so if you want to DM these people individually, feel free to DM them. Some are doing this as their business, so you know. Some are doing this as their business, so you might have to pay something, but nonetheless, you will be getting the help that you need, which is very, very important. Let's do this live together, guys. And Thursday, Friday. I don't know who will be hosting, but come through. Let's enjoy. It will probably be a lighter one. Mines are always, I don't know. I was hoping today's one will be lighter, but we are here. Arkweng, Arkweng. What are the comments? Popo, Rishapo, are we all done? We can close the session. Please enjoy your day, guys. Don't do anything that will land you go ask a man. You know, and love the people. Scummy, please say that statement of yours. Get onto the panel just to say that statement. Please come and say that closing statement. I would really appreciate it. Woza. Let's see. Okay, thanks for the platform. Thanks to everyone. Cheers. Thank you. Offense Mope, really appreciate you. Okay, I guess Scammy won't be able to come through, but in the case, guys, we love you. Love the people that you're with. Love them well. Love yourself. Choose you. Choose you. Always choose you, guys. Choose you. When you take care of you, you are able to take care of everyone else. But enjoy your day about the offense. Hey, akumandi. Martin, you are late. You don't get any. Have a good day. Bye bye, guys.